guys, we are back and we don't have another song by Eminem because we have finished the album. I feel like this was the longest album yet. I don't remember like it feels like the other albums were such a long time ago. Was this long?
So this is pretty long. There is, if I'm not mistaken, no skits on the album, which is unique because typically the way we do our videos is we'll go through the album, but we'll do a song at a time, but we'll add the skit with a song. You know what I mean?
Oh, also, did we have COVID while we started this album or was that the last album?
I don't remember.
Yeah, because we took a week off, so that could be why it feels so long ago.
Yeah. So with the deluxe version, there's 19 tracks on here, but we
Hmm.
did relapse and refill, and that was there was
Yes.
like 20 something, like 26 tracks or something.
Interesting.
But yeah, I do feel like we started this a while ago too.
Yeah, very weird.
All right, so I do have the track list pulled
Yes.
up. Now, I don't know if you could see it on the fucking screen.
We can always zoom in and go one by one.
Yes.
And while we do this, so basically, if you're new here, anytime we complete an Eminem album, we go over the songs in the album briefly and say, how we feel about them, if we like them, if we didn't like them. And then we list off our songs that we like in order. And then we tell you which album we like the most so far.
Yes.
So, yes, it should be fun.
Mm.
And it's always fun to see if you and I think alike or not.
Yeah. And then we typically rate the albums.
Yes. Well, yeah.
So we've done that after each reaction. It's getting more difficult to place them after each album, you know
I
what I mean?
know. I know.
Because and then the other ones we did so long ago, so it's like, oh fuck, I don't remember. You know what I mean? How I felt after listening to it at once.
That's true.
All right. So, first track, Cold Wind Blows.
So, with all the other songs on here, I feel like that's middle or middle bottom for me.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to throw that on. I always do this live.
So I love this song. I love that it's the opening to the album. You
Yeah.
know, there's like I said, I was just thinking about it this morning because I knew we were going to be doing this today, and I was like, I don't think there's any skits on this album, and I don't think I ever noticed that. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Because typically, I'm not a fan of skits on CDs or albums to begin with.
Only if they're really funny. I like the Ken Kniff ones, those are really
Yes. So
funny.
that's what I was gonna say. The Eminem ones are typically funny. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The Paul Rosenberg calling up, flipping out is
Yay.
funny. Even the Steve Berman, like that shit's funny. But yeah, so there's no skits on this. So there's not an intro here, there's no curtain up, like he does. It's
That's
straight
interesting.
yeah, it's straight into this song. And it's him just, talking his shit. Cold as the cold wind blows. Yeah, so I like it. I mean, it's the first one, so I don't know where to place it, but I like it.
Okay. Are you gonna write yours down or are you just gonna memorize
So I
it?
typically don't. Maybe it'll be fun. It's going to be a lot harder for me to rank these. I'm like so bad at that shit.
I think you can do it.
So let's see.
You're just gonna write it in a text to me.
I was gonna, but then I can't.
Yeah, you're better off in a notepad app
Yeah,
if you have one.
I've never used it. I always have like old notes.
I use mine all the time. I have the dumbest, weirdest things in there.
So I think I told you you were falling asleep the other night, but I saw on Twitter that there's like it was like 10 features you didn't know iPhone Notepad has, and apparently you can scan like a document, like a piece of paper, right? You could put your camera up to it, scan it, right, in the Notes app, and it'll convert that text to text on your phone. It'll like type it out for you.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and you could also turn your shit into PDFs through there, which is interesting.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I use Samsung, so I don't have the iPhone.
No.
But all right, this is irrelevant. Let's go. Track number two, Talking to Myself.
Middle.
So I fucking love this song. Um, he, sorry, I'm writing down the track so I don't lose it. So I love this. He's talking about being away, getting through his addiction.
Years
He's on,
old.
he's on the road to recovery, obviously, which is literally what the album's about. I always found it interesting. I love the cover to this album. It's
Yeah, it
literally
is
a
really
road. It's
good.
literally the road to recovery. And
That's
if you
true.
notice that the road, which is what they say about recovery, let me see if I can pull up a picture for you. The road ahead of him is longer than the road behind him, meaning that he has his whole life,
Yeah,
you
like
know,
so much more to go.
yeah, and like you gotta, which you, some people look at that and it's a daunting thing, like, oh my God, I have to be clean and sober for the rest of my life, you know what I mean? And, you know, I really like the imagery. It's just, his back and then walking down the road and it's called recovery. So I like that. But yeah, the talking to myself, I mean, he's like bearing his fucking soul. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is anybody out there? I guess I keep talking to myself. Can anybody hear me? You know what I mean? It's like he's talking about his crying out for help and that, he thought he could do it on his own and he can. And then he talks about wanting to go after Little Wayne and
Oh, yeah, I
and
remember
and
that.
Kanye,
Yeah, and
and
like, but
then
saying that he didn't.
yeah, because he was jealous.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's the album cover.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
yeah,
The literally Road to Recovery. So yes, I talking to myself. I mean, we've only done 2 tracks so far, but
yeah.
it's honestly it's going to be tough for me to put many songs above this.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, I remember like getting clean for like the thousandth time, but like really connecting with this song. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, fuck yeah. All right. Next up on fire.
How does that go again?
Fire. Let's
You're
see.
about to sing Lloyd Banks,
No,
are
no,
you?
it's him. I'm gonna play it. Yesterday my dog died. I hog tied a hog. You know that.
We definitely did the song, but I barely remember it, so I'm sorry, guys. It's going on the bottom. It didn't really
You
make
know,
much of an impression on me.
I'm remembering it like I'm playing it here.
Yeah, I remember it. Careful, we're gonna get a copyright strike.
Yeah, whatever. So yeah, I'm on fire. So it's funny that we said this when we did that. It
Yeah.
reminds me of Lloyd Banks on fire, which Lloyd Banks has a better chorus, I will say, than this on fire.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like this song. There's a lot of like like metaphors, like similes, like cool, like showing like rap shit. You know what I mean? So I like it. Um, so I'm just noticing the producers on this. So just
Mr. Porter.
yeah, so Mr. Porter did that. So Mr. Porter is from D12.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he is. Fuck, I always fuck this up. He's not con artist. He's not proof. I don't know if he's Swifty or is he con artist? He's one of them. Denon Porter. He's Eminem's like hype man these
I've heard
days.
his whole name before. Oh,
Yeah.
it's literally written right there. I wasn't looking.
Yeah, and I believe you won a pair of Yeezys from his website.
Really?
Yeah, remember those Yeezy, the
That was
Quantums?
his?
Mr. Porter's? Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, that was so many years ago.
But like when you say win, I still have to pay for them. I won the opportunity to
To buy
buy them.
them, yeah, which is really funny.
Yeezys.
So yeah. So Mr. Porter produced that. That's interesting. And then Just Blaze did the first one. Usually we don't have the producers when we do this.
Yeah, no. Usually it doesn't fit or something. I
Yeah.
don't know.
So Denon Porter is con artist.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah,
So you
from
were right,
D12. Yeah.
kind of.
Yeah. So yeah, I like On Fire. I like the other 2 songs he did better though. It's cool.
Yeah,
All right, number 4, Won't Back Down, featuring Pink.
it's okay.
Okay, so when I first heard this song, I was like, all right, this is cool. It's really fucking good. So this is on Curtain Call 2, the greatest hits that was released
Yeah,
last year. Um, yeah, lyrically, it's insane. It's like so good.
I just, you know me, like I'm all about like, I like the
The
chorus
sound.
is usually like the most important part to me and the sounds. The sound is really good, but I just don't love Pink.
Yeah.
And she sings the chorus.
So as a lot of
So
people's a lot of people's critiques
And
is
it's not
Pink.
her, nothing wrong with her
Yeah,
personally.
she's
I just
good.
don't like her voice. It's
Yeah,
very, I like a softer, more feminine singing voice. Hers is very
yeah,
strong
yeah,
and it just doesn't hit my ear nicely. I don't know.
yeah. Well, we're getting towards the Skylar Grey
Oh,
era,
I
so
love her. Her voice is
yeah,
amazing.
so there'll be a lot of those. So yeah,
Mhm.
I this song is very lyrically complex. I think that was one of our longer breakdown videos early on in the album. You know, he has crazy fucking lines. There's so
Mhm.
many I can't even think of them. Like the one where he's like, "I gave Bruce Wayne a Valium, told him to settle down, said I'm ready for combat, man. Get it, combat, man."
Yeah, yeah, I remember
Yeah, that's
that.
fucking
That's a really great line.
the whole song is just like constant fucking punchlines, just like one, two, one after the other. So
Yeah,
that's like really good. So that's a tough place for me to
that
rank
is really
this.
good, but I also can't, you gotta rank it as a whole,
So
whole song,
I will agree with you as like a song. Do you
like
know
in
what I
its
mean?
entirety.
Like to like I don't know, like if you're singing along to, you know what I mean? It's a great fucking hip hop song, a great rap
Yeah.
song. But if it was like a song, it's like whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like if you had anyone else singing the chorus, I would rank it much higher.
Yeah.
Sorry. Sorry, Pink. No harsh feelings.
Yes. Okay. Next up, and that is also DJ Khalil. So he's a popular Eminem producer. Okay. White Trash Party. Next.
Hmm. I love that song.
Yeah,
That's in my top,
I know.
of course.
I know you love that song.
Yes.
So yeah, obviously the content of the song is very funny.
Yeah, it is really, really funny and it's clever. And also, if you watched our reaction to that video, I discussed how I really wanted that to be our entrance song for our wedding,
Yeah.
but James didn't think it was as funny as I thought it was. So we didn't end up doing it. We came out to All Over You by Live.
Yeah, we did. It was on our playlist to play at the wedding,
It
but
wasn't played.
I don't think they played it. It's funny. But yeah, so a White Trash Party, very funny. It's one of his silly songs, but like a really good one.
It
Do you
is
know?
really good.
Yeah, it's catchy. It's like fun. The lines are clever, and
Mhm.
just his shit talking.
It's
He like
fun
really
for sure.
embraces that. Oh, I'm white trash. You know what I mean? Like that
Mhm.
whole thing, which is cool. All right, next, going through changes.
Hmm. Bottom middle.
Yeah, I disagree. I love this fucking song.
I love the sample,
Yes.
but I mean, it's nothing. So there's nothing wrong with it. They're just like, I'm looking at this list. I'm like, there are other songs that I would rank above this. So I can't just say, oh, it's great. Everything's great. Like I need to give these a place in my lineup. And it's just not better than some other ones that I think are really good.
So it's interesting when I listen to, I mean, with anybody's music, but with Eminem in particular, because I listen to him more than any other artist. So different periods of my life, different times, different songs will connect with me more. You know what I mean? And if I listen to an album, today, and then I listen to it like 6 months from now, different songs will stand out.
Yeah.
For a very long period of time, this was by far, like not even close, my favorite song on this album.
Really?
Like, yeah, head and shoulders above everything else.
Doesn't this make me cry? Maybe?
Maybe you got emotional at this one.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I think you got more emotional with You're Never Over, maybe. But yeah, I think you did. I told you this song has made me fucking cry and get emotional before.
Yeah, you said
Yeah, that's funny that there's Eminem songs that make you cry, but there's a
that.
couple that I've gotten really choked up to. You know what I
You
mean?
also reacted to Changes by
Black
Black Sabbath,
Sabbath.
and that also made me cry.
Yeah, that one's so fucking that piano. It's fucking heart-wrenching, just the music, but the lyrics too.
Yeah.
So it's interesting because it's a very dark, the original. It's very sad.
Yes.
And I remember I pointed out when we were doing the Black Sabbath reaction, it's interesting that Eminem didn't use the part of the sample where he's like, I lost the best friend I ever had.
Yes,
Because, he talks about that on Going Through Changes, about losing
exactly.
proof. I feel unhappy. I'm feeling sad. I lost the best friend I ever had. But he just
It's so
sampled the
sad.
hook. So I guess he can't do the whole fucking thing.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends what they allow.
But yeah, talking about, recovery, the overdose, not getting his shit together, almost dying, his daughter's proof dying, like all that. It's like really emotional, but
Yeah, for sure.
he does it like well. I fucking love that song.
It is really good.
Yeah.
It is really good.
But again, you don't like listening to
No,
songs like
I
that.
can't do it.
Yeah.
Someone's called me out saying that, like, I don't know, it's very shallow and superficial and that, like, I don't understand music. But, like, I mean, if you want to sit there and go be miserable and torture yourself with sad music, you go do that. I'm gonna listen to something happy and upbeat, or maybe even more in depth, like some Tool.
Yeah.
Listen
No,
to some Tool.
I agree. I'm not always in the mood for sad songs. You know what I mean?
I am never,
Yeah, so that's the difference.
but I've also been through a lot in my life. And the second that I feel sadness and I start crying, sometimes I can't stop. So sometimes you have to like think about what maybe someone's gone through in their life to make them the way they are.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's weird. That's a weird thing with me. Sometimes, if I'm sad, I'll want to listen to sad music. Other times, I don't necessarily have to be sad. You know what I mean? Like, I could just be in a mood for whatever reason that, like, oh yeah, I'm down to listen to this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's not only it's weird because like yeah, sometimes it'll be like it'll make you think about what's on in your life. That'll make you sad. But I've gotten choked up to things that like don't have to do with me at all,
Well, yeah, of
whether
course.
it's like a song, even like you're never over the song. Like it did make me think. I told you about my dad specifically back then, but even just listening to Eminem's pain with losing his friend, like that is something that at times could, get me emotional. Just the idea of, like pain and loss and stuff. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But with that being said, I'm not always in the mood to hear that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I understand that.
So yeah, going through change is fucking great. Not afraid.
That's in the top, somewhere in the top.
Yeah. So this was one of those songs that was inescapable.
Yeah, I and that is also what makes me wonder if I'm ranking it so high because I really like it or just because I know it. You know what I mean? Like I liked it when it came out 100%. But like I'm thinking about so we'll see where this list ends up. We'll see.
So I will say, like culturally, from my recollection, I remember to me at least, this song and its like smash success made me feel like Eminem was back to where he was before he left. Like it was, and
Yes.
maybe even
Okay.
bigger. It was such a big crossover. I remember Anderson Cooper did a 60 Minutes with Eminem. When,
Really
yeah, I think when this album was out, I think he was touring for this album, and Anderson Cooper interviewed him and stuff. And
interesting.
he made a comment about, he's like, oh, some of his music's much more positive now. And they played the clip of him saying, from Not Afraid, saying, take my hand.
Yes,
So,
yes. Okay. I mean,
be,
I didn't watch that, but I'm remembering the lyrics now.
yeah, so because of that, I feel like it had crazy crossover appeal to like people that maybe don't listen to rap,
For
maybe they don't
sure.
like Eminem, people in recovery, you know what I mean, like drug addicts or just people struggling, like this
Or just
song.
struggling with anything at all,
Exactly.
depression, anxiety, any other mental illness, anything at all. You just lost your job, you just got broken up with, like just
Yeah,
pretty much telling you like get back up there and do what you have to do.
yeah, and I believe I said when we did the reaction that this is another one of those songs that was all over the place that you almost get tired of hearing it because you've heard it so many times, and you take for granted how skillful what's being done in the song is, like the punchlines, you know what I mean? The whole dentist scheme, instead of getting crowned, you're getting capped,
Oh yeah,
slide through your teeth, like
that's a
yeah,
really good one.
crazy fucking bars. It's like incredible. And whenever I hear it, because again, I've heard it so many times that it's not my go-to, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, I
Yeah,
know this. But when I do hear it, I'm like, oh shit, like I totally forgot, like there's a reason why this was so big. You know
Exactly.
what I mean? And then, so interesting, I didn't realize Boy Wonder produced that.
I don't really know who that
So
is.
you do.
I
I'll tell you
do.
why. We went to that EDM festival,
Oh yeah, we went to Mad Decent Block Party, which was at Coney Island a few years ago, like 5 years ago, 6 years ago.
and Boy Wonder was on the lineup,
Yes,
and
yes.
he brought out
He brought
Drake.
out Drake.
Yeah,
Yeah.
was crazy. It was like a dance fucking
We didn't
thing.
know Drake was gonna be there.
No, we only knew Boy Wonder. Who's the main headliner?
Diplo.
Yeah, it was Diplo. And yeah, Boy Wonder was there, and he was playing all his shit. And
Yeah.
then Drake was performing at Madison Square Garden that weekend.
Yeah.
And
So
then
he was in New York.
I forget what song. I don't know. So he did either back to back or so Drake did both. It was during his
It
meet.
was back to back.
So, but is
Because
that
I didn't know all the words to that song and I was annoyed. I was like, why didn't they come out with a song that I actually know the words to?
because I think
So I could like sing along.
It was whatever Boy Wonder produced. That's why he was there. Do you
I
know what I
think it
mean?
was that
Or if
song.
it, yeah, back to back or is it charged up? I forget the
Yeah.
songs.
But we had no idea he was going to be there. And first off, you have to imagine this is an EDM concert.
Yeah.
So most everyone else was at another stage. So there was just a small group of people at the stage for Boy Wonder. And there's me, like, we're all right at the front. We are right against the stage. And then
Yep.
all of a sudden, like, Drake is right there.
we
It was
had a
crazy.
we knew something was coming because I don't know if you remember the VIP section was like fenced off and all of a sudden everybody that was in the VIP like in the back by the stage
They were like going
they
crazy.
poured out and they came to look at the stage. We were like, what the fuck's going
Mhm.
on?
Yeah,
You
they're like,
know?
hey, we have something special for you
Yeah.
guys.
Anyway, that just made me Boy Wonder. We saw him perform and I did not realize he did Not Afraid. That's pretty crazy. All right, next up, Seduction.
That's in my top. I don't know. You guys, if you watch the reaction, you know that that's one of my favorite Eminem songs.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So it's a chick song, in my opinion. It's good. It's cool. It's not my favorite Eminem song. Again, it is a girl song. That's not the reason why it's not my favorite. You know what I mean? I like
Yeah.
plenty of chick
I wouldn't
songs.
call it a girl song. It's like a song
It's made for
that
girls.
is more geared a little bit more geared towards women. I mean, it's still an Eminem
Yeah,
rap song
shit
with like
talking.
bars and stuff, and he's basically just like literally telling it's a song like literally to other men saying like I'm gonna steal your bitch. Like that's the
Yeah,
whole song.
yeah.
But it's amazing.
It is. It's cool. It's it's like in the vein of Superman. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I wouldn't be surprised if most girls like this song, but also like even if you are a man, like you have to like this song. It's so good.
I do. I don't not like it. I do like
Yeah,
it,
but it's just not your favorite.
No, you definitely like this song more than I do.
Yeah.
And honestly, out of all the songs we just done, it's probably my least favorite so far. Yeah.
More least favorite than what?
Yeah.
Are you crazy? You like won't back down more than that?
One Back Down is like I'm actually surprised how many songs I put ahead of Won't Back Down. There's so many fucking bars in that song.
And you put
It's
I'm not
crazy.
gonna say
Yeah,
where you
stop
put
looking.
anything, but I don't like that.
Yeah. So no, Seduction I do like. It's cool.
Clearly you don't.
It's like smooth, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's a
It's
good one.
it's a different side of Eminem.
Yeah, when this album came out, I was in that age. For what year was this?
2010, I believe.
Okay, so I was a senior, either a senior in high school or a freshman in college, depending on the month
Yeah.
of the year. But yeah, this was when I was like more interested in rap and like not listening to only like punk emo music
Yeah.
and pop music. So I was like I remember listening to probably most of this album. I didn't recognize some of the songs on this album, but I was obsessed with Seduction ever since the album came out.
Yeah.
Like when we first met and you were like, "Oh, like I love Eminem." I'd be like, "Oh, I like Seduction." And you're just like, "What?"
Yeah.
Eh?
Yeah, it's good, but
Yeah.
it's not like a song I put on. If I'm not listening through the album, it's not like a song I put on.
Yeah, it's like a joke. All the Eminem songs I like, he doesn't like. So like he literally never plays
It's not
them.
that I don't like them. It's just,
Then you just don't
there's
play
so
them.
many other songs that I'd rather listen to by him. I'm sure it's pretty common though. All right. Next up, No Love featuring Lil Wayne.
That has to be in
I
the top.
fucking
That's a
forgot.
really great song.
I know, I totally forgot. It's weird because I put like the initial songs early on in a spot, and then I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be in my top 3 or 4, but then they just get knocked down by
That's
default.
why that's why I'll just say top, middle, or bottom. And like disclaimer, this is gonna be like all different. I mean, what's on the bottom is gonna stay on the bottom, but like middle and top is gonna like shift around a little.
So, I mean, I don't even know what the fuck to say about this song. It's incredible. Lil Wayne, it's so like we discussed, every time I hear the song, and I know all the words to both of their verses, but I hear Lil Wayne, I'm like, how the fuck can anybody beat this? You know what I mean?
Yeah, he
But
does really well. They
they
both do
they
really
rap
well.
their styles are different, but they complement each other so well. You know what I mean? Like Lil Wayne's is like laid back, like just smooth shit talking, and then Eminem is like really fucking
Yeah.
aggressive. You know what I mean? It works so well. Plus the sample, the Hadaway.
Yeah, it's amazing. I
Yeah.
love that song, like the original
Yeah.
as well.
It's a great sample. I mean that song was big too.
Yeah, no, it's huge.
Yeah, it was sick. I love it. All right, next up, Spacebound.
It's a really good song.
It is.
It's a very good song.
Mm, I know. I'm looking. I'm like, where the fuck do I place this? All right, I found it. Yeah, so this was another one that I liked early on. As I mentioned in numerous videos that we did with this, I wasn't really listening to music, definitely not new music when this came out. I was all fucked up. So I got to this album like a year or two later, and there was a few songs that pulled me in. You know, this was obviously one of them. Uh,
Yeah, the song's really good.
yeah, No Love, all of them. They're really good. But I was like, oh, I'm drawn to this album because of these tracks. So Spacebound, I like. It's I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think if this is the first like Eminem heartbreak songs. Do you know what I mean? Like generic like anthems. Like I'm not referring to like Kim. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Heartbreak.
But like generic, like these, like these. Oh, all my relationships keep getting fucked up. You know what I mean? Like, oh, we got something good, but this might get fucked up.
I feel like he kind of talks about that in like every song though.
But I'm saying, but before this, what was? I'm trying to think.
Superman?
So no, that's like a shit talking song. That's not like a heartbreak song. You know what I mean? That's like I can't be your Superman. This is like, oh my God, I love you. You know what I mean? Please don't hurt me. Like that emotional. I don't remember.
I don't know.
We just did all of his other albums.
If you guys know, let us
It
know.
might not be, but in my mind, I feel like because then we get Love the Way You Lie, which is kind of similar a little
Yeah,
bit. But yeah, vulnerable Eminem,
definitely. That ending
also
is really cool.
but also with his little twist of, still being wild and violent and all that shit. Yeah. All right. Next up, Cinderella Man.
That's a really good song. I
Great.
never knew what the fuck it was about,
Yeah.
but it's a really good song.
Yeah.
Um, I'm not gonna tell you guys where I'm putting these now, just because I'm, you'll find out.
So this is another one, crazy lyrical, you know, ex expose expo. I don't. What word am I trying to use? He's like showing off an expo. What's the fucking word? When
I,
you're like showing off your skills, they call it like a an exposition. I don't know.
you trying to say like expose? No,
Not expose. Whatever.
I
He's
don't think it's exposed or anything like that.
it's not
It's
not
like
it's like exposition. I forget.
I don't
It's a showcase of his lyrical
deposition
ability. No, I don't know. I'll figure it out later.
resume
No,
CV.
no, a lyrical expose, kind of like he's showing a lyrical showcase. It's another word for showcase. I can't think of it. I thought of it and then I lost it.
Repertoire.
No, So lyrically, it's crazy what's going on here. You know what I mean? And when we did the reaction, we talked about like the many different like cultural references, like the
Yeah,
original,
but a lot of them were lost on me because they were like boxing references, right? And I don't know who like
some
any
of
of these
them.
people are,
Yeah.
let alone the movie that it was after.
So it was like the original Cinderella, the story that we all know, and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
there was the Cinderfella, which was that one bar, which was
An
Dana
older
Dane.
movie or
No, it was a
whatever.
rapper. He did a song called Cinderfella. And then there was the movie Cinderella Man with the boxing. So
Yeah,
yeah, there's like multiple references all throughout it, but obviously a Cinderella story, rags to riches, this wild,
like
unexpected.
Cinderella.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's awesome. I love that song. All right, 25 to life next.
How's the chorus of that go again?
It's too late for the other side.
No,
Call
yeah.
chase 25 to life.
Oh, okay.
So this was that one of that first. So I don't know if you remember, this was the one where I didn't do the breakdown as we went along.
Oh, yes, because I'm supposed to figure it out. It's about the rap game, right? Yeah.
Yes, but the whole time it's sounding like it's a girl.
Yes.
Yeah. So he does, this is one of his early, like, misdirect, like, cool little things he does where you think the song's about one thing and then it takes a turn and it's like, holy shit, he's talking about something else. Fuck. I don't know. I do not know where to put all these songs. Yeah, the reveal is so cool. You think it's about a fucked up relationship and, maybe it's about Kim, maybe it's about a new girlfriend. She doesn't
Yeah.
appreciate me. They're fucking my life up. And then you find out he's talking about hip hop. It's like a prison sentence, 25 to life.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, it's awesome. All right, next up, So Bad.
Love that song.
Yeah, I know you
It's
love it.
so good.
So I like this one more than Seduction,
Uh-huh.
but again, I think I would say you probably like this song more than I do too.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's fun. It's another fun song. It's cool.
Another like girl song,
It's
as you
another
would
chick
say.
song. Yeah, for sure. It's good though. I like it. All right. And then Almost Famous.
How's that going?
So it's I just want to be famous. So
Oh,
be
okay.
careful what you wish for.
Oh,
So it's
yes.
like the first verse is him starting out, the second verse is him um he's almost famous, which is funny, the name of the song. But like, and then he gets discovered by Dr. Dre. Then like the third verse, I think this one is like,
Yeah, like pretty much going through like his whole
yeah,
like life to becoming who he is today.
cussing the paint off the walls. I think that was the line, the bar in the song, something like that. But yeah, the third verse ends with him. He's like famous finally, with Dr. Dre.
Mhm.
So it's a cool little like, almost like biographical, autobiographical track, about becoming famous and shit.
Yeah,
I like it. I gotta figure out where to put that. All right. And then Love the Way You Lie featuring
that's an
Rihanna.
amazing
It
song.
is. So, again, this is another one. I don't even know what to say about it. This,
Everybody knows it.
so this was, would you say this was bigger than Not Afraid? What do you think?
Yes.
This was probably on the charts for
Just because
longer.
of how like it's also with Rihanna, so it also grabs in a lot of women,
Yeah.
like a lot of women, more women than Not Afraid would.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, that collaboration was crazy. It was Eminem. So, like we discussed when we did the breakdown, the reaction to this, we played the song and all that. Skylar Grey wrote it,
Yes,
everything. Rihanna's verse, and then
which was really impressive.
the hook, and then Eminem loved it. So he's like, "Oh, let me take the chorus." And he's like, "Yo, let me see if I can get Rihanna to do it because her shit with Chris Brown, and it's about a violent, relationship." So it was like really cool they did that together. And yeah, it's incredible. Again, this is one of those that gets so played out because it was so big everywhere.
It's true.
You kind of lose perspective of why it's so great. You know what I mean? But it's incredible.
Yeah, it is really great.
Yeah. All right. Next up, You're Never Over.
So I understand the sentiment, like it was to his best friend, right? But it's very sad, and I can't, as I said before, I just can't do sad, so I don't love it. But I can respect it, and it is very
Mhm.
beautiful.
So this is the interesting one. I don't know if you recall. It's the music itself is upbeat. You know,
Yeah.
it's like not like melody wise. It doesn't have those sad notes.
Yeah, but it's
It's like
sad.
triumphant almost,
A little.
which is kind of the message that he gets. Like I'm gonna do this for you. I'm going forward. I'm getting my in your honor and your memory, and it's like a very like a theatrical, triumphant, sound. It's the part of the movie where he gets his resolve, you know what I mean, and he's gonna get his shit together. That's what it sounds like. But yeah, that's another one I had a connection to. It's I like I said in the video, I totally cried to that song. Actually, I think we both got choked up
Yeah. Sad.
doing it, but it's awesome. It's great. Yeah, obviously talking about proof. Uh, I don't even know where to put it. It's so weird. All right. So that was the last listed track on the album, but there was the hidden track.
I actually knew that song, right? Untitled.
Untitled? I think
We
so.
said something about his nuts, or is that
I mean,
Riders?
that's in so many songs. Oh,
No,
that's
it's like in the
Riders.
chorus.
That's Riders.
How does Untitled go again?
Untitled is that old, that 60s sample. You don't know me.
Oh,
So
yeah.
here we go, go, go.
Okay.
With the crazy fucking bars in that. Um, let's see if I can get you. It's like, girl, you just wouldn't try to pull another motherfucking
Yeah,
fast one. I'm
I'm
mad.
remembering it.
You just hurt my feeling, and that was the last one I had. My
It's
feeling.
funny.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't know me. I'm not one of your many toys.
Does it have a poop scheme in it?
I feel like most
There
of
are
them
so
do.
many
Yeah,
poop
there is.
schemes.
Oh, fuck. Remember this line? I don't gas my Mercedes after midnight. I treat it like a
Oh,
mogwai
yeah. That was a pretty crazy
because
song.
it'll turn into a gremlin, run over kids, women, and men. Yeah, the scheme here is crazy. And the chorus is just two lines, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is crazy.
This is a really hard thing to make.
I know. I hate it. It's almost like stupid in
People
my
are gonna shit
opinion.
all over it, but it's hard to put these in order
Yeah, it's
because
like
a lot of them are really good.
it's almost stupid to try to put these in order, in my
No, we can do
opinion.
it. We're doing
I know. You usually do it. I usually don't.
it.
Okay. Then we get to, so I don't know if you remember, I kept saying there was these two other tracks on this bonus album. I was
Yeah.
like, I think they were on Apple, but I didn't know. I was like, for whatever reason, I didn't hear them till years after this. And as it says here, it was an iTunes Deluxe Edition bonus track. And then they were only added to Spotify in 2020. So prior to 2020, the only place you could get them was iTunes or I guess Apple Music. So
Interesting. I didn't know that.
yeah, I don't
So
do
you didn't
Apple.
hear these till 2020?
No, so I did. I heard them before that,
Yeah,
but
but not like
yeah,
that early.
yeah, no, not when they were released. I forget how I came across them, but YouTube probably where.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right. So the first one was Riders,
Okay.
which you remember. That's the one you recognize the
Yeah, with
chorus,
the
right?
nuts.
Yeah.
It's the nuts song.
Um, where do I want to put that? It's interesting. I don't know where to put this. So yeah, I liked Riders. Um, I like Session One better, but Riders is cool. The whole fight at the club, like that thing, and his boys. There's some good bars in there. Actually, I do not know where to put this song. This is getting very difficult. Anything you remember about Riders? Or just
Uh,
it was a couple days ago we did it.
nuts.
Yeah, my britches are too big. Pull my nuts out. Yeah,
Yeah.
my nuts are too big. Pull them out my britches. All right, last one. Session one featuring Slaughterhouse.
So this wasn't really like a song. It was, like there wasn't a chorus
No
from what I
chorus.
remember. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you have to assume I'm probably not going to rank this too high because, me, I I like songs, the chorus, like a bridge and such. Yeah.
So I really love this. I fucking love Slaughterhouse. The honestly, the line that sticks out to me the most is the beginning of Crooked Eyes verse with he's like, get your body shot and your top like the Maserati drop, lollipop, that whole fucking thing. It's crazy. But yeah, I mean Eminem shit's good. I love this song. Um, it's really cool that, Slaughterhouse is even a thing. So, but
Yeah,
you hear
it
them
is
all on the
pretty
same
funny.
track.
It's funny how like Joe Budden wasn't there.
Yeah.
Just like going
Where's
to the
Jump
gym.
Off?
Just,
Yeah, that's really funny. Where's Jump Off, Joe Beasy? Yeah.
all right.
All right. So
So I'll read you mine and then you read yours, or you want to go first?
you can go
I'll go
first.
first.
That's
People
fine.
are more excited to see yours than mine. Mine, they're just gonna be
I'll
like,
take
what
care.
the fuck? But
I actually do find it more interesting to see what somebody who's not as big an Eminem fan, like what they say. You know what I mean?
all right, so number one, I don't think anyone's surprised, but it's so bad.
Okay.
And then Seduction,
Okay.
White Trash Party,
Interesting.
Love the Way You Lie,
Yeah.
No Love,
Yeah.
Spacebound,
Okay.
Talking to Myself,
Okay.
Not Afraid,
Okay.
Cinderella Man,
All right.
Cold Wind Blows,
Okay.
Untitled,
Yes.
25 to Life,
Okay.
Almost Famous,
Okay. Are they? Oh, they're not numbered. Okay.
Ride Us,
Okay.
Going Through Changes,
Okay.
Session 1,
Okay.
You're Never Over,
Okay.
Won't Back Down,
Right.
On Fire.
Okay.
And On Fire is just there because I literally don't remember it. And if I don't remember it, I just take it as I didn't really
It
like
didn't
it.
leave an impression. Yeah.
No. Even if it is good, I'm not gonna go and listen to it now. So sorry.
So it's interesting. With the
Sorry.
exception of On Fire, our lists are almost completely flipped. Almost.
That's so
So
funny.
yeah. Let's see what I did. I haven't really analyzed it since I, put different songs in different spots. But see, if you would have asked me my favorite song on this album, I wouldn't think it would be this.
But it
I'm
is.
talking to myself, which
That's
is
my
interesting.
so that's my one, two, three, four, five, six. That's my seventh. So it's
Interesting.
at the top.
Okay. My next I have Going Through Changes, which you have at the bottom.
Yeah.
Then I have No Love,
I have that at the
third.
top too.
Yeah, you have that like fourth or fifth, right?
Fifth.
Yes. Then I have Not Afraid.
Yeah. I have that eight.
Yes, you're flipping kind of the other way. You're Never Over,
That's at the bottom.
25 to Life,
That's at the bottom.
Cinderella Man. It's about
We're
the same.
probably around, we probably ranked that the same.
Then I have Untitled.
Mine's close to that too.
That's what I'm saying. They're like flipped. Our middles are about the same, and then our tops and bottoms are flipped.
It's so
Then I
funny.
have Love the Way You Lie,
Oh, mine's higher than that.
Cold Wind Blows,
Yeah, same place.
Won't Back Down.
Mine's lower than that.
Yeah. Then I have Spacebound.
Mine's higher than that.
Yeah. Almost Famous,
Mine's right there.
Session 1.
Mine's lower.
I know. White Trash Party,
Mine is much higher.
On Fire.
Mine's last.
Yeah. So mine's fourth to last. Then I have So Bad.
Number one.
And then I have Riders.
Same place.
And then I have Seduction.
Number two.
If Seduction is my least favorite song on this album. It's so funny.
I love that song.
I don't not like it.
I
You know
know
what I
you like
mean?
every song.
I do.
So it's just,
Yeah. Okay, so really quick. This gets harder to do after every album.
I know, it's harder for me. I don't even remember the names of them.
Okay, so try to rank the albums in order of your favorites, least favorite. So I will restate them unless you don't need me to.
So my last, I think I went, what was the name of the last
So I
album?
remember what you did.
My favorite What was the name of the last album though? Relapse?
Relapse.
I think Relapse was my favorite.
Yeah,
And
so
then it went Encore.
yeah, you literally
And
went
then it went the
in reverse
Eminem
order.
show. And then Marshall Mathers and then Slim Shady.
Yeah, so you literally went in the exact opposite order that they were released. So
Hmm.
every album you like better than the last.
Not intentionally. I
No, it's
basically,
cool.
yeah, I basically choose which album's my favorite based on how many of my favorite songs are in the album.
Mhm.
And whichever one has the most is usually the winner.
Yeah, so
Um,
you are literally Relapse, Encore, Eminem Show, Marshall Mathers LP, Slim Shady LP. So those are five. So now you have six. Where do you put Recovery in
so
that
three
mix?
of my favorites and actually two of my almost number one favorites by Eminem are on this album. Um, Relapse might have had three of my favorites or maybe two of my favorites. I don't remember. Also, like my big favorites too. But considering So Bad, Seduction are on this album, this has to be my favorite
Mm,
so far.
nice.
So we're continuing in a backwards trend.
That's so funny. And I don't think because somebody could easily be like, oh, it's a recency bias. Like you just heard it. That's why I
Nothing.
nah, that's not the case. Because
It's a favorite songs bias.
and again, you're as you got older, it was these songs were coming out while you were listening to them. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
this is the peak of that for Eminem for you, as
Yeah.
I predicted. You know?
Yeah, I don't know much of his like I don't really know what's coming after this.
Yeah.
I don't think. I mean, maybe I do, but
Marshall Mathers LP2 is the next album.
yeah, I don't know what songs are on
So
that.
that's like Rap God. So you know
Oh, I
that.
know that song.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think I know much else.
Yeah, but so it makes sense to me, and I don't think it's a recency bias. I think, like you said, you were in high school when this came out. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So that's like peak, like, oh, you're that age, this was out at that time, and then it slowly dwindles off as you go backwards. You know what I mean? So I don't remember my exact order, but I definitely had Relapse number one. I'm leaving out Recovery right now. So I had Relapse, and then I believe it was the Marshall Mathers LP, then the Eminem Show, then the Slim Shady LP, then Encore. If I have to put Recovery on there, I would put it so it's not taking out Relapse. It's not taking out the Marshall Mathers LP.
Really?
No, definitely not. If I have, so I don't know if I should put this before or after the Eminem Show. I'm gonna say after.
Oh, wow. So
Yeah.
what number is this?
So that means Relapse is number one, Marshall Mathers LP is two, Eminem Show is three, Recovery is four, Slim Shady five,
Oh, wow.
Encore six. Yeah. So that's where I would put them.
Yeah, it's like the complete jumble of mine.
Yeah. And Relapse is a controversial album. You know, there's like hardcore Eminem fans who like know more than I do that would say Relapse sucks. I don't know who they are. I don't know how they could say that, but I've been told they exist.
You've been told.
Yeah, supposedly.
That's so
I hear
funny.
that it's very controversial, but I fucking love it, you
Yeah,
know?
it's my second favorite. I like it
Yeah.
too.
So yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah, so then we're gonna do some other non-album tracks and then maybe some tracks by someone who is not Eminem. So get
Yeah.
your requests in on this video, please. I don't want to have to go through like every other video and find other requests. So
Yeah.
if you requested on this video or the last video we posted, they will be considered.
Yes, for sure. What else was I gonna say? Yeah, so like she said, we'll do a few non-album tracks. Maybe if we have time, we'll do some other rappers. We're totally gonna do more hip hop for sure. Once we finish Eminem, we'll get really into it. Like, there's a lot of hip hop we both like, you know. Um, but yeah, we did the poll like a week or two ago asking if
Yes.
we should go on to the Marshall Mathers LP2, which is his next solo project, or Bad Meets Evil, Hell the Sequel, which came out the year after Recovery. So like that was his next project.
Technically, yeah.
But people voted. They said Marshall Mathers LP2, which I tend to agree with. We'll circle back
Yeah, I
to
would agree with that too.
Bad Meets Evil and shit.
Yeah, later.
Yeah, 8 Mile and D12, all that shit. But yeah, so let's go through his solo stuff. So yeah, that is the plan.
All right. Well, don't forget to get those requests in, and we will see you guys tomorrow.
See you. Bye.